guys, Bolts96, but the O is a 0, and in today's video we are diverging from the Premier League for today, and we are actually going to take a look at the recently finished AFCON tournament. I am going to pick the team of the tournament, and what a tournament it was. Very enjoyable. So if you want to see which players from AFCON got in my team of the tournament, stick around and see. Goalkeeper, Ronwen Williams, South Africa. We are starting this list with the goalkeeper of the third place team, South Africa, and the goalkeeper of the tournament, Ronwen Williams. In all honesty, this could have easily gone to Nigeria's new surprise, Stanley Nwabali, who came into the tournament as backup and ended it in the final after 4 clean sheets. But I think Ronwen Williams edges it and deserved to win the goalkeeper of the tournament award. Not only did he match the 4 clean sheets in the tournament that Stanley Nwabali achieved, but his heroics in that quarter-final penalty shootout where he saved not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 penalties were just incredible. That is an absolutely insane feat which most goalkeepers will never achieve in their entire career. Fantastic performance for Bafana, and he gets into my team here, but let me know whether you think he deserves it over Nwabali. Right back, Ola Aina, Nigeria, the man who can play on either side and one of the main stars for Nottingham Forest so far this season, proves to be exactly that for Nigeria and AFCON. It seems he has only really come to the consciousness of a lot of Premier League fans this season with his performances since joining Forest, but he has actually been on my radar for a little while, and I thought it was a tremendous signing when he joined them. In the summer, being one of the hundreds of players stockpiled into Chelsea's fringe list, his permanent move to Torino following a successful loan spell was largely successful for the most part, particularly in those first couple of seasons where he was a regular in the team. His game time did lessen over the next couple of seasons with a loan move to Fulham sandwiched in between before his move back to the Prem this summer. He's moved around a bit in his career, and it seems so far this season that he has now been able to merge everything he has learned from the English and Italian games to become a more well-rounded player. Fast and loves a dribble. He's a very typical modern day fullback, and going into the tournament, arguably Nigeria's best defensive option. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Other than a blip in the penalty shootout against South Africa, he has had a tremendous tournament, shifting up and down the flank and particularly partnering up with Ademola Lookman on that right hand side. He's been a vital part of this team and goes straight in at right back for me. Centre-backs, William Troost-Ekong, Nigeria, and Logan Costa, Cape Verde. First up, and we are going to speak about the Nigerian captain and my player of the tournament, William Troost-Ekong. Honestly, I'd be surprised if he doesn't get picked up by a team in one of the top 5 European leagues this summer. Having not featured in the qualifiers, he worked his way back into the team, and in glorious fashion. Leading from the back tremendously, he was the star man in the tournament's best defence. Solid, powerful, and pulling the strings from the back. He did everything for Nigeria in a defensive aspect, but that isn't even what will go down in people's memories when they think of his performances during this tournament. No, it's the goals that he scored that people will remember. 3 goals from 7 games for a centre-back is outrageous and put him right up there as the joint 4th top goal scorer in the entire competition. Incredible display from a very impressive player. I look forward to seeing him move over to one of the top leagues, as I'm sure he will soon. On to the other side of the defence now, and I think Logan Costa absolutely deserves this. Pretty much an unknown going into the tournament. At only 22 years of age, he went on to have an incredible and memorable time of it with a Cape Verde side who got further than they ever have done before in this competition. Already in the team at Toulouse in Ligue 1 as a ball-playing centre-back, he clearly has a lot of talent, but it was good to see him make a real name for himself on the international stage. And who knows, Premier League team could come calling in the transfer window, but for now, let's stick with AFCON. Cape Verde were right up there as one of the best defensive teams in the entire tournament, only conceding 3 goals in the 5 games that they played, and 2 of those goals came in the same match against Egypt when they had already qualified. So in a sense, depending how you look at it, they only actually conceded 1 goal from 4 competitive matches. That is mightily impressive for a team who no one would have considered as a possible contender, and Logan Costa he was at the heart of it. Left back Arthur Masuaku, DR Congo. I really like Masuaku, and it was a shame to have seen him leave the Premier League with West Ham, but he's been playing well enough for Besiktas in Turkey, and he went on even better in AFCON with the international team he switched to from France a few years ago. A great decision for him, it seems, as he has become one of DR Congo's main players, and he had a fantastic tournament here. Playing in this tournament as he knows best, constantly moving up and down that wing with tremendous energy, like the Duracell Bunny. No fullback completed more dribbles than Masuaku, and his speedy movement with Brentford Suisse in front of him caused a lot of teams a lot of problems. I've not even spoke about that free kick he scored against Guinea, which was freaking awesome, by the way. Because of the angle, you could claim he didn't mean it, but it looks like he spots how far over the keeper is and just goes for it. What an unreal goal, and what an unreal tournament for my team's left back. Before we continue with identifying the rest of my AFCON team in the tournament, I want to identify something else for you. Yes, you who's watching who isn't subscribed yet. There's a rather big button just under this video that if you click it, it will let you see all of my videos on a more consistent basis. So go on, what are you waiting for? Click subscribe now. Centre defensive mid Frank Onyeka, Nigeria. Out of the Nigerian midfield, this really could have gone either way between Alex Iwobi or Frank Onyeka. Both had really solid tournaments. Both were instrumental in their team's progression to the final. I like Iwobi. I like his playstyle since moving into the middle, and I think he is an incredible, important player for both club and country. But Onyeka went into this tournament having to fill the rather large boots of Wilfred Ndidi, and having only played about half the minutes available in the league for Brentford this season, I think there was more pressure on his shoulders, and he more than overcame that. Absolutely solid player in the middle of the park who protects his defensive line so well. I think he's a superb player, and I did actually mention him in my last video as a signing for Fulham, who they potentially should have gone for in January, and to be fair, would have created a really nice link up with Alex Iwobi at club level too. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on that take. Breaking up the play and recycling possession was a vital component of this team's success in this tournament, and that was down to this man right here. The way he was able to dictate the movement of the ball and partner with Iwobi's more ball carrying style created the most excellent partnerships in the middle of the park. Centre mids to Boho Mokoena, South Africa, and Frank Kessie, Ivory Coast. It could be argued that Mokoena for South Africa was the midfielder of the tournament, and some might have even considered him player of the tournament. The penalty miss in the semi-final was a massive shame for him, but that should not be what people remember him over his performances across the rest of the competition. He has a very all-rounded style to his game and a really well-balanced set of skills within his arsenal. Incredibly efficient defensively to help protect his team's back line, he also is just as efficient in pressing forward with the play, with his driving runs and the creation of chances, whether it be for himself or his teammates. 2 goals and an assist from the middle of the park proved to be absolutely vital in South Africa getting as far as they did in the tournament. I really don't think they could have done it without this diamond in the middle of the park. Then we move on to the last midfield position within this team, and following on from the last player who is an absolute unknown within Europe, we now look at a very well-known player in ex-AC Milan and Barcelona player Frank Kessie. His performances across the quarterfinal, semi-final and the final are what got him here. He was an absolute star in the middle of the park and very exciting to watch. Just pure entertainment and explosive. He was one of the big name players going into this competition, and he proved why. Big, important contributions in those last few games, and a major goal in the final cemented his place within this team and within the history books of the Ivory Coast. Right wing Ademola Lookman, Nigeria. People who remember Ademola Lookman for his time in the Premier League, where he was often inconsistent and wasteful chances, would have been surprised when watching Nigeria in this tournament and seeing Lookman being so clinical in front of goal. The truth of the matter is, since his move to Serie A, he really has stepped up his game in this regard. Since transferring over to Atalanta for around £12 million, he has gone on to become an incredible creative force. Having played 49 games in the league since his move, he has scored 20 goals and provided 11 assists for his teammates. 31 goal contributions in 49 league games so far is incredible, and for those who have been following him throughout this, I'm sure they weren't shocked at all when Lookman started bagging during AFCON. Linking up fantastically well with our team's right back Ola Aina, they were so devastating as a duo against teams who were unlucky enough to have to play against them. With Victor Osimhen not scoring as many goals as we'd all expect, although he did have a good tournament still, Lookman's goals proved vital to their progression, and there was no way I was going to leave him out of here. Left wing Gelson Darla Angola, yet another complete unknown who might have just earned himself a move into Europe off the back of this competition. Having failed to make an impact at Sporting Lisbon earlier in his career, a move to Qatar was the height of Darla's options open to him, but boy has he been a success there since. 31 goals for 49 games in their league set him up incredibly well to come into this competition and show the world what he can do on the international stage, and he did exactly that. 4 goals from 5 games put him right up as the joint second top goal scorer across the entire tournament, put his name on the lips of many a spectator. Strong dribbler of the ball, he likes to run at defenders, and that is always an exciting thing to see. At 27 years of age, it isn't too late for him to come back to Europe and play within the highest level leagues in the world, and it is possible following AFCON that he could just do that. What do you think? Did you enjoy his performances, and do you think he could cut it in Europe? Striker Emilio Ensu, Equatorial Guinea, the last player of the list now, and when we were going into this tournament, the candidates for top goal scorer were the likes of Victor Osimhen, Sadio Mane, Sebastian Haller and Mohamed Salah. So who even is Emilio Ensu, who went on to lift the Golden Boot? Well, captain of his international team and the record top goal scorer for them. Would you believe it if I told you that he is actually predominantly a right back when playing club football? Having had stints with the likes of Mallorca, Real Sociedad, Middlesbrough and Birmingham City earlier in his career, he now finds himself at the old for a footballer age of 34 playing for Intercity, a team in Spain's third tier. That's right, a 30-year-old right back playing in a semi-professional league just outscored some of the top attacking talent in the world. Mind-blowing, incredible scenes for a man who is probably not going to be playing in a major international tournament again considering his age. What a way to bow out in style, and what a way to cap off this AFCON team of the tournament. And there we have it, guys. If you liked the team, let me know down in the comments. If you didn't like the team, let me know down in the comments. And if you're wondering why there was so few Ivory Coast players in my team of the tournament when they won the tournament, let me know down in the comments. And in the meantime, please do remember to like and subscribe and check me out across all my other socials. I am on X, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube where you're watching this video, and Twitch where I do all of my streaming all under the same handle, Bolts96, but the O's to 0. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.